Hello friends, today's topic of our discussion is different methods of irrigation, their advantages and disadvantages. If we take a review on irrigation status of our country, out of total geographical land, that is 328.7 million hectares of land, out of that 141 million hectare is net cultivated area, and out of which only 68 million hectare under irrigated condition. It means only 48% of land is under irrigation. Now, when irrigation facilities are available, it is given by different methods as follows. First one is surface irrigation method, second one is subsurface irrigation method, and third one is micro irrigation, or it is also called as pressurized irrigation method. The details of each type as follows. Methods of irrigation. First method under surface irrigation is flooding. When land preparation and leveling is not done and no restriction of flow of water, then this method is flooding or uncontrolled. It allows low initial cost of land preparation and labor cost, but it unevenly irrigates land, and due to excess irrigation, soils becomes unproductive after years. Next is border strip method. It is modified surface flooding method in which farm is divided into number of strips and separated by borders. It is suitable for soils of higher and lower soil erodibility. Next method is check basin method. It is very commonly practiced method in which field is divided into smaller units which are constructed by bunds or ridges to control the desired depth of water. Size of basin may vary from 10 meter square to 25 meter square depending upon soil type, topography and crop. This method is useful when leaching is required for removal of salts, soil erosion is reduced and rainwater conserved. Disadvantages of this method are it required more area for ridges and filled channels which interferes with interculture operations with higher labor cost. Next method is ring basin method. This is suitable for fruits and vegetable crops. Ring or square or rectangle is made of about 30 to 60 centimeter from plant, through which water is applied to plants. For example, plants like banana and papaya can be cultivated by using this method of irrigation. Next is furrow method. It is used for irrigation to row crops. The dimensions of furrows depends upon crop grown, then soil type. Water is applied by small running strips. Advantages of this method are, this method is advantageous because it requires less area under irrigation channels along with less labor requirement. Now, disadvantages of this method are, in this method furrow irrigation is not well suited to automation because water flow rate must be adjusted for each furrow for each irrigation, and by using this method it is possible to increase soil erosion. Next method under surface irrigation is surge method of irrigation. Surge method refers to flow of water into individual long furrows which are more than 25 meter up to 200 meter. This method is useful for sandy clay loam and loamy soils. this method is land, labor and water saving method. Disadvantages of this method are, in case of surge irrigation technology, it is still in the infant stage in India and requires popularization. Now, second type of irrigation method is subsurface irrigation. In subsurface irrigation, water is applied beneath the ground by creating and maintaining an artificial water table, usually 30 to 75 centimeter below the ground level. Moisture moves upward through capillary action. Now, advantages of subsurface irrigation method are: minimum water requirement for raising crops, then minimum evaporation and deep percolation losses are observed. Then there is no wastage of land due to use of this method. Then no interference to movement of farm machinery. Then cultivation operations can be carried out without concern for the irrigation period. Disadvantages: this method, by using this method, it requires a special combination of natural conditions. There is danger of water logging observed. Then possibility of choking of the pipes lay underground, and this method is of high cost. Now, third method of irrigation is pressurized irrigation or micro irrigation, in which first is drip or trickle irrigation. Drip or trickle irrigation is one of the latest methods of irrigation. It is suitable for water scarcity and salt affected soils. Water is applied in the root zone of the crop. With this diagram of drip irrigation system, we can find here the components of system like pump, venturi, filter, laterals and emitters. Now, the components of drip irrigation system in detail. First one is pump. The pump creates pressure. Then centrifugal pump operated by engines or electric motors are commonly used. The laterals may be designed to operate under pressures as low as 0.15 to 0.2 kg per centimeter square and as large as 1 to 1.75 kg per centimeter square. Second one is chemical tank. A tank may be provided at the head of drip irrigation systems for applying fertilizers, herbicides and other chemicals in solution directly to the field along with irrigation water. Next part is filter. It is an essential part of drip irrigation system because it prevents the blockage of pipes and drippers or emitters. The filter system consists of valves and a pressure gauge for regulation and control. Next is emitters. In that, drip nozzles are commonly called drippers or emitters, which are provided at regular intervals on the laterals. They allow water to emit at very low rates, usually in trickles. The discharge rate of emitters usually ranges from 2 to 10 liters per hour. Next is microtubes are also used in drip laterals. These are mainly in the following ways. First one is emitters, second one is connectors and third one is pressure regulators. Now, advantages of drip irrigation system. In this system, water saving losses due to deep percolation, surface runoff and transmission are avoided. Evaporation losses occurring in sprinkler irrigation but do not occur in drip irrigation system. Then uniform water distribution is done. Then application rates can be adjusted by using different size of drippers. Then this method is suitable for wide spaced row crops, particularly coconut and other horticultural crops. By using this method, soil erosion can be reduced. Then we can control the weeds. Then we can save the land and less labor cost is required. Now, which are the disadvantages of drip irrigation system? high initial cost is required, then drippers are susceptible to blockage, then interferes with farm operations and movement of implements and machineries while cultivation practices. Then frequent maintenance is required in case of drip irrigation. Then next type of pressurized or micro irrigation system is sprinkler irrigation. So sprinkler irrigation applies water to soil by spraying or sprinkling water through air on the soil surface. This method of irrigation is used for wide variety of plants including field crops, vegetables, orchards and pastures also. Water is applied at a rate less than infiltration rate of soil, hence runoff from irrigation is avoided. Now in this diagram we can see the different parts of sprinkler irrigation system like pumping unit, debris removal equipment, then pressure gauge or water meter, pipelines like mains, submains and laterals, couplers, razor pipes, sprinklers and other accessories such as valves, bends, plugs, etc. Advantages of sprinkler irrigation system. By using sprinkler irrigation system, we can save water to an extent of about 35 to 40% compared to surface irrigation methods. Then we can save the fertilizers, and even distribution of fertilizers is done, and we can avoid the wastage of costly fertilizers. Then suitable for undulating topography, that is slopy lands, then this method reduces erosion. Then suitable for coarse textured soils like sandy soils. Then frost control, in which we can protect the crops against frost and high temperature. Then by using this method, drainage problems can be eliminated. Fertilizers and other chemicals can be applied through irrigation water. Now, which are the disadvantages of sprinkler irrigation system? By using this system, the high initial cost, then efficiency is affected by wind and higher evaporation losses in spraying water. Then this method is not suitable for tall crops like sugarcane. Then also this method is not suitable for heavy clay soils. Then poor quality water cannot be used because of sensitivity of crops to saline water, and clogging of nozzles is also observed. Finally, we come to the conclusion that different methods of irrigation used in agriculture field based on availability of water, soil type, crop type, etc. So, for better utilization of soil and water resources, select appropriate and efficient method for irrigation. Thank you.